Okay, so hi everyone, my name's Alex and this is another video in my computing series, and for this video I'm just going to be explaining what cash is. And I don't mean cash as in the money that you spend on fake Gucci or I don't know, Neil Diamond CDs or anything like that. I mean cash in computing. So let's get started. So what is cash? So there we go. So cache is defined as a specific type of computer memory, much like RAM. So I'll explain the presentation and then I'll read off it again. So you may know cache by browser cache, which can be deleted at any time. Much like you'll have like browser cache, and it'll say, do you want to delete temporary files? And then this cache holds copies of data that has been recently and regularly accessed, such as web pages and pictures. The cache helps speed up the processes as it stops your computer having to retrieve the pages from a server, which could be in a completely different country, such as, Algeria. I'm from the UK, so the server that I'm trying to access the data from could be in somewhere like Algeria or Australia. So instead of having to do this, the cache is used to store local copies of data on your system, so the computer doesn't have to try and retrieve the data from somewhere elsewhere, and it makes it instantaneous when it's in the cache. So say if you visit Facebook a lot, I think Facebook's the most visited site in the world, and so what your computer will most likely do is store local copies of your Facebook data on your system cache. So instead of when you try to access Facebook, your computer doesn't have to access the Facebook server, which is probably in America, so it doesn't have to travel all that way. Instead, all it has to do is retrieve the data from the cache, and then it's on your computer instant. It's that fast. That's what it's used for. It's extremely small. There's 3 levels of cache. In this one, I'm just going to explain the first level, which is the fastest, I believe, and then I'm going to explain the level 2 and level 3 in another video. And yeah, that's just the basis of what cache is. So it's just a small type of computer memory which holds local copies of regularly and recently accessed data, such as web pages or pictures. So if you're constantly looking up a model that you like it was Kate Upton on Google Images for some specific reason, then your system might have that data in your cache, just so it's quicker to retrieve. You'll notice how quicker it is because I visit Amazon a lot, and whenever I type in Amazon on the Google bar, it comes up within like half a second. That's because the data is stored in the cache. So level 1 cache. So level 1 cache is also sometimes referred to the primary cache, and it's located on the CPU, as you can see in the picture. And this is why level 1 cache is the fastest of all the caches, because it's on the CPU. And it also has a zero wait state interface built into it, which is also, it is the fastest cache. It is the most expensive. The level 1 cache is integrated with static random access memory, which has 2 transistors which create a circuit known as a flip-flop. Now you don't really need to know what a flip-flop is at the moment, because that goes into electronics, and what I'm trying to do is maybe steer away from that and then trying to keep on the correct road of the computing element. But I may go into the electronics because I do enjoy electronics, to be honest. Things like flip-flop, transistors, bipolar transistors. What else? Yeah, there's loads of things. Things like electromagnetism as well. But anyway, sorry, getting off track. So as you can see by the picture, there's level 1 cache inside the CPU, and then the CPU goes towards the level 2 cache, and the level 2 cache communicates with the RAM, and then the RAM gets the information, or has the information, retrieves it, and then gives it to the level 2 cache, and the level 2 cache gives it to the CPU to use. So the next slide I'm going to do is I'm going to explain what static random access memory is. So static random access memory is another type of memory which stores its data using a static method, meaning that the data is there just so as long as the electricity is supplied to the memory chip. SRAM is much faster than dynamic random access memory, as it doesn't need to constantly refresh the data in memory. So that's all I want to clear up, because that's the only thing I could think that you might not know what it is if you watch this video, which I'm assuming you might not know what cache is, because this is how you get to this video. I'm going to put the video as what is cache, and I'll just assume that you want to know what cache is, as in not as in money. But I'll go through it again. So cache is defined as a specific type of computer memory. You may know it as browser cache in your browser such as Google Chrome. When you delete your history, you might also be prompted to delete your cache. You see CACHE cache to get rid of this, and the cache is used to store local copies of recently and regularly accessed data. So web pages, websites, pictures, videos, anything like that can be stored in the cache, and it's just used to help you access this data quicker, because since you're accessing it a lot, the cache goes, if they're accessing the data a lot, why not make it quicker for them? And that's what it does. It stores the data in there, so in the cache, so it's quicker to retrieve, instead of the system having to go all the way to the server to retrieve it. So level 1 cache. So level 1 cache it's the primary cache. It's located on the CPU, and it's the fastest type of cache, and it's integrated with the static random access memory. And a static random access memory is a type of memory which stores its data using a static method, meaning that the data is there just so as long as the electricity is supplied to the memory chip. So I'll go back to the start. So yes, so that's it. Just basic what is cache, level 1 cache, and static random access memory. Just what it is, a picture of where it is located, and yeah, thanks Lee. Hopefully you've learned something about what is cache in computing, and yeah, thanks for watching. See ya, bye.